Hey everybody, I hope you are all well. I just wanted to share with you guys today that something that I've been doing that I've been finding really helpful. So I've been experiencing some back pain lately. Some old pain patterns have been coming into play because of some not super mindful movement that I did a couple days ago, and I'm paying for it. And basically how I experience that is around my sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of our spine, all the muscles and ligaments, tendons, everything starts to tighten. And then kind of around here, my waistband up into my lower erectors and my QLs. So I don't need to get too in depth about that, but basically I wanted to share because I know a lot of people experience whether acute or chronic back pain, and sometimes it's like, what do I do? Well, the worst thing to do is to sit, lie down, not move. You want to try to work through it. So I just wanted to share with you guys, this is a really simple and active, that's always my go-to, simple and active, not always easy, just exercise, I suppose, that I do that helps clear my low back pain. So starts like this. So I always start with my feet outer hip width apart, so a little bit wider than hips width. Nice strong stance in my feet, strengthen my legs. And then I bend my knees deeply, and I'll do this from a side view as well. And I like to personally lift my toes because that gets me really rooted into my heels. And then I'm sticking literally my butt, my sits bones back behind me. My back is nice and flat. Now, I tend to come as close towards my thighs as I can and grab my outer shins. So my hands are right about my ankles, forearms on my outer shins, upper arms about by my knee. Okay, and so I like this because it's almost like a brace for myself. My gaze is down at the floor, so the back of my neck stays nice and happy. And then from here, rather than just letting my belly, which is easy to do, kind of hang, I pull my navel up towards my spine to just gently activate the transverse abdominis muscle, which is something I talked about last month. And so from here, I'm gonna hug my arms in really strongly into my shins. And then while I hug in towards my shin, while my shins are hugging in, I'm gonna take my upper leg bones, my femur bones, thigh bones, and try to push them out into my upper arms. Now I start to feel like it literally makes me start shaking right away because it's super active and it makes me really warm, which is a good thing. But this creates so much space in the sacrum and the sacroiliac joints. It makes the low back, kind of the iliac crest, it just allows everything to breathe while being active at the same time. So you're both creating strength and space. So I just hug in, push out, so thigh bones out into your upper arms for a few breaths. If you can't get your belly towards your thighs, that feels too hard, you can also just bring your hands to your upper shins, hug your shins in there, and just imagine that you're trying to push your thigh bones, almost like if you imagine a pair of like wooden chopsticks that are stuck together, and you're trying to pull them apart without breaking the top, trying to pull them apart evenly. Imagine your thigh bones like a pair of chopsticks and you're trying to pull them apart. So you can do the same thing as you push in here, pull your thigh bones apart, and then to come up, just hands on the hips, lift all the way up. Oh my gosh, and it feels like this immediate sense of energy and opening, now you can't even see my head, in the hips and low back. So what it looks like from the side, I lift my toes, weight is more in the heels. First I'll bring my hands to my thighs, really get my sits bones to move back, and then slowly allow my chest to come forward as I wrap my arms around my outer shins, hug into my shins, and then push out with my thigh bones. And you also might feel when you push out with your thigh bones, you should feel it here, and you might also feel like your heels want to turn out and your toes want to turn in. It's okay if that happens isometrically, but don't let your toes turn in. Keep your toes pointing forward. So hugging in, thigh bones out, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And then come all the way back up. Oh my gosh. So it's hard work, but it's really effective, and it gives my back in particular so much relief. So Hope you enjoy that.